Welcome to Travel and Work Channel, a channel that brings you the latest news on travel, study, living and working abroad. Please subscribe for consistent information. You want to consider studying in Canada and getting permanent residency. Getting a stay, as people usually say, is quite easy when you travel to Canada as an international student. Getting a stay in this case translates to getting a permanent residency and, consequently, citizenship in Canada. Unlike the other legal means of relocating to Canada, migrating as an international student doesn't require that you get a job offer from a Canada-based institution. There are various programs which allow international students to apply for residency upon completing their studies. The pathways from student visa holder to Canadian permanent residency status are, firstly, to get a study program of your choice and use the admission letter to secure a student visa. Secondly, work up to 20 hours a week during academic session and work full-time when on break. You have the right as a student. Thirdly, bring in your spouse through a Canadian government program called Open Full-Time Work Permit. Your spouse may work full-time, without restriction. Fourthly, get your postgraduate work permit after graduation. You're entitled to a permit for the number of your years of study in Canada. What this means is, if you study a 3 years course, you're entitled to a 3 years work permit to enable you work in Canada and gather what is called the Canadian experience. You will then use this to apply for residency. Lastly, get your residency through the Canadian Experience Class, SEC. The Canadian work experience you have gained through the postgraduate work program entitles you to this. You can also relocate to Canada through Federal Skilled Worker. Another way to legally migrate to Canada is through a program called Federal Skilled Worker. Federal Skilled Worker is an immigration program, established by the Canadian government to welcome foreigners into Canada as a permanent resident. The applicants are selected based on their age, their education, their work experience, their test of English mark, their adaptability and the job offers in Canada. If you score 67 points after the assessments, you can qualify through the program. The beauty of the program is that you can evaluate yourself to be sure you will score the pass mark before investing on the application process. You can apply for a Canadian work permit from your country. You can relocate to Canada if you can secure a job offer from a Canadian company. According to CanadaVisa.com, over 300,000 foreign workers come to Canada yearly on temporary work permit. Work permit is the easiest type of visa to secure as you would not be subjected to the scrutiny that a normal visitor or tourist visa applicant undergoes. It is almost guaranteed, you only need to have an employment letter from a company in Canada. Although getting an employment offer from Canada is not easy, it is entirely possible. It just requires sending your resume to as many companies as possible in Canada. If you get lucky, one of them would give you an appointment for a Skype-based interview where you will have the opportunity to sell yourself. After a successful interview, an employment contract would be sent to you for your work permit application. Below is the pathway to securing a temporary work permit to Canada. If you want to find an employer in Canada, it is simple. Firstly, secure a job by applying for jobs to Canadian companies through LinkedIn, Indeed, Canada Jobs and so on. Secondly, employer applies for labor market impact assessment. If successful, employer sends an employment letter. Thirdly, you will need to apply for a temporary work permit at the Canadian Embassy in your country. Finally, your work permit should be issued, and you can travel. I hope this information will be helpful if you are considering the easiest way and routes to migrate to Canada. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and press the notification bell for more information like this.